Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the F1 Manager 2024 Mercedes Formula 1 team rebuild here. I messed up that intro a little bit, but I haven't been doing this for a while. I took a bit of a break of 12 days, and now I am recording multiple episodes, so I don't take a break ever again. I'm kidding. One day I will most likely again completely forget about YouTube. But anyways, this is now being recorded after the last episode. For you guys, there will be a day break or something along those lines. Again, make sure to vote on who we sign as a replacement for big ol' Lewis here. That's, I guess, the most important vote that there ever will be in this series. It's really hard to replace a driver like Lewis. Again, we will go over the drivers who we are looking into as replacements for Lewis. So it's Fernando, Carlos, maybe Max or Lando. I'd need to buy them out of their current contracts to do so. Okay, yeah, this is the current race weekend. I should have probably waited a bit before I signed up to the race weekend. But anyways, yeah, I'd have to waste like 121 million on top of the signing bonus to sign these drivers. Now, Max, it is a bit ludicrous. I'd have to spend around 180 million to just sign him up front for next season. For Orlando, it wouldn't be as bad. Let's just do around 60 million to just sign him. That is my biggest concern of why I don't want to sign these two. And also the fact that, you know, it would look weird not having Max in Red Bull and Lando in McLaren. Nonetheless, we will now hop into the race. I will do practice and qualifying by myself. And I'll see you guys at lights out. This was the weirdest practice and qualifying session I've had in a while. During qualifying and practice, there was like 5 accidents. You can currently see them on screen. Lewis was in the middle. Lance did his own thing, crashed out twice. And then during qualifying, in qualifying 1, there was this big lineup that you're seeing right now. Basically, every single car except us were in a big DRS train. And then in qualifying 3, we managed to get pole by some kind of my mistake or some kind of glitch in the game. And here you'll see my live reaction right here. So I think I might have done something here in qualifying 3. We got Lewis in pole. There were weird conditions. It started raining, then it started to dry, then it started to rain again. And I didn't record it though, only the end portion of it. I sent out Lewis with softs, and George was left out for like 3 laps straight pushing because I called him in, or I sent him out on the track, then I called him back in, then I told him to stay out, and then I had manual control. I didn't realize that. I made him push for like 3 laps straight, ran out of fuel, and stopped in the middle of the track. So Lewis got pole. Will George keep his 7th? Now, I'm not sure, but Lewis with some kind of weird manipulations that I just did, has the pole. Interesting. Let's see if that stays.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Lights out, and away we go. We do indeed start first. I guess I pulled some Mercedes magic with that one. It was really unexpected, but here we are now. First time on pole. Unfortunately, it wasn't as legit as I would have wanted to. Alonso right behind Lewis, although Lewis is pulling away quite quickly. Tire management wise, we are one of the... Okay, makes sense. We are one of the only cars with softs. So I guess that makes sense. We'll have to manage that. Drop down to aggressive. I really thought softs was the move. As you can see, last the whole race with them.
Just reduce your speed.
I guess that's why we flew away so quickly. Checo closing in on George. To be honest, I kind of feel like it's inevitable. He didn't have that, like for Lewis, he started from pole. He just ran away with it. And he has nothing to worry about. For George, his tire wear is in a bit of a worse condition right now. Although it's not actually that bad. We could push a bit, actually. You know what? I'll let him push.
So happy
We'll let
push now.
Lewis push as well. Try to keep that gap, manage that distance. Put this on Drive to Survive. McLarens both hate each other. Both of the McLaren drivers hate each other. Piastri in 20th now. Norris and Piastri collided. Interestingly enough, why is Piastri in 20th and Norris in 8th? I don't know. Weird. Yellow flag. I have been managing ERS and fuel levels of both of our drivers. Ricardo locked up. Don't care. I am just worried about Lewis though. So, Max has got the fastest lap. He is now chasing Lewis. I was hoping that Charles will be slowed down by Max. Looks like he, I guess, was, but now Max is gonna be a problem. He does have mediums though, but you know, there's no doubt that Max is quick. There goes Max through the outside. Yep, Max does pass Lewis. Although Lewis now has the inside in this corner. It could give him a bit more of a push, although maybe we want to use the DRS. The DRS point is far away, or the DR straight. Max now has the inside. Yeah, looks like Max does pass Lewis. And Charles is now closing in on Lewis. Lewis has completely fallen off now. Max has escaped Lewis. Looks like that will be a sprint, a race win for Max. Now Lewis has to handle Leclerc. Alright, well, I couldn't watch this race with the FPS drops, but Lewis gets the second position in the sprint race. That will put us in a great position for the actual race. We'll be on the start of the grid in second. Good job. Good job. Stroll is out. Did he just run out of fuel? What happened with Stroll? I didn't catch that. George in 7th. I'm happy with the sprint race, but except the computer's performance. But what's up with that? I'll restart my game and I'll be back.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Lights out and away we go once again in here in Belgium. Lewis Hamilton starts off in second. He is battling Leclerc right now. Leclerc is on the mediums, Max on mediums. I did two different strategies. Logan Sargent in 8th. Look at that. Stroll 19th. Anyhow, I did two different strategies. Russell is starting with the mediums, ending on softs. Lewis will do soft, medium, soft. I wanted to switch it up for both of the drivers, especially with them being in two completely different situations. Lewis will be battling the Ferraris and Red Bulls in this race. It's nice starting up here, but we do have to try to keep Lewis behind Max. That will be a hard task. Him being on the mediums, I don't think we're gonna be able to stop him. But hey, we'll try to do our best here and see what happens. Maybe I want Lewis to stop defending and just let Leclerc pass and use Leclerc. Although this isn't really a DRS race, but that might be useful, you know, fighting Max. Look at it, 1 second already in one lap. That is crazy. Let's check in on George. He is trying to stay close to Carlos Sainz, Logan Sargent behind him, but Logan is quickly dropping off. There is a clear difference between the cars here. Piastri and Norris, 14th and 15th. Right, they both crashed. So yeah, okay. This will be an interesting race. Again, both of the McLarens in the back end of the grid, middle of the pack. Stroll at the end of the grid. Both of the Racing Bulls, 16th, 17th. This is going to be an interesting race, to say the least. Things are going to change. But, by the looks of it, we will not be able to catch up to Max. He is really quick. Now, the good thing is, we are slowly pulling away from Charles. Maybe finally the soft tires are kicking in and starting to prove to be the better option. I will put on ERS Battle Assist this time. Let's see how that goes. Again, I don't know if... I don't think I've ever seen it be there. During the recording of the series. Oh, yellow... Oh, Sainz. Sainz has spun.
This happens down at turn 8. And round they spin. And there's not much they can do about that now.
Luckily, George didn't crash into Sainz while he went for a spin. But yeah, basically, I haven't seen this during the recording of the series. Could have there been an update to F1, or maybe while I inserted some kind of mod into the game, it appeared. I don't know. If you guys don't want me to use this, let me know. I'll just not use it from now on. But it could be a game changer. Now, I don't know what exactly it does. It does a good job at conserving ERS, but right now I'm just trying to push, so I don't know if I want it on. George, he might need to manage it, but I guess I'll leave it on, whatever. But I remember seeing it while playing on Xbox, and I might have thought it was maybe an Xbox only feature, you know, because you have less buttons or whatnot. But at the same time, I think I put the difficulty on Xbox to medium, because that was the first time for me playing F1 Manager. So I don't know. It's there now. We are now using it, and it is what it is. Now let's start to drop down a little bit. Let's drop down on the aggressiveness for both of our drivers. We need to conserve the tire a little bit. Max is crazy. There goes Charles now. As soon as we drop off, Charles goes for the overtake. Lewis now into the third position.
So head down now.
Let's check in on George. George is closing in on Fernando Alonso. Obviously, Alonso trying to overtake Lewis and George in the Drivers' Championship. By the looks of it, again, Alonso has to carry the whole team on his shoulders, because Stroll can't really, I don't know, manage to get any kind of consistency in his performances. For another, I think is this his second or third race in a row, he's not in the points. Now obviously it's a long race, 44 or 41 more laps to go, so anything can change. Sainz in 20th. This will be interesting. Again, Alpine's 8th and 10th. Sargent in 7th. This is for one of the best performances from Sargent to this day in F1. But he's still, there's a lot of time to go. He maybe will not finish 7th. Anyways, this will be a fun race. We will skip ahead. So, both of the Ferraris have spun. Leclerc dropping down the grid. Both of the Ferraris are 19th and 20th. Crazy scenes here down in Belgium. Wow. Okay. We will drop down to neutral, I guess, now. Again, I don't know if the ERS Battle Assist is doing something or anything, but I am trusting it maybe a bit too much. So, Checo passed Lewis. Lewis now is third. Fernando closing it possibly. Currently seems like they are in quite of a stalemate. George has dropped off quite significantly. He's now 2 seconds behind Alonso. We will drop down to balance now, try to conserve some fuel. We will also have to conserve our tires. We'll drop down to standard. Now, Ocon is trying to catch up to George. He is in clean air, so maybe he can just push and be aggressive, but I want to, I guess, wait until the softs for us to push.
Pretty hot, mate.
But, yeah. Well, Ferraris are bottling it today. Lewis has a great opportunity to put in the performance of a lifetime. Lewis is in the pits for the mediums. Okay, 2.9 seconds. He is 5th. And let's see, where does he come out? Looks like it will be 5th. Ocon is quite a bit far away. Currently have the fastest pit stop today. Obviously, no other car has pitted yet, I believe. Yep, we are the first car to pit. We did try to get a bit of an undercut on at other teams. Will that work out? I don't know, but we'll see. There seems to be quite a big of a DRS train up here. I wouldn't want to be up there. We are separated. The first 5 positions are completely in a different region of Belgium, while the rest of the grid is down here. Especially look at these 2 Red Bulls. They are just crazy. 15 seconds in front of Alonso. Crazy. Lewis has closed the gap to George. I have told him to be aggressive right now. He pitted 1 lap too late for the strategy. So I'm just letting him push. I might just tell him maybe to pass. No, actually no. I'll just... You know what? Yeah, I'll put it on rarely defend. And low overtake aggression. I don't want to tell him don't fight teammate. But
Be careful with the car.
I do want him to overtake. I will make him push and deploy to do so.
And we can drop the lifter coast for now.
Just George, let him pass. Because don't fight teammate, like, it makes your car completely stop in the middle of the road, or at least it seems that way. You lose so much time. I guess with George, I will drop down to light and conserve and harvest,
Let's just
whatever.
manage these tyres.
Just let him pass. He is battling though still.
Charge the pack.
There you go. Finally. Okay. We can go back to our regular programming. Get back on neutral. There you go. You let Lewis pass. Team instructions. George closing in on the pit window for him. There is quite a gap to Sargent. Lewis will be trying to close the gap to Alonso. There's only 5 seconds. I think it is doable, judging by the fact that he is on worn softs. Let's see, does Alonso pit this lap? Yes, he does. So, George also pits. Will we undercut Lewis or Alonso? We will go on mode attack and deploy. No, we will go on mode push though. So, George came out in 9th behind Norris, Albon, Sargent. We will be battling them. We can be on mode aggressive and deploy.
Just reduce your speed.
Now, it should be relatively easy to pass the rest, these back markers, I guess middle fielders. I'm interested if Williams have upgraded their car to the level that they are now at. That are they actually 6th and 7th? Is their car upgraded up to those standards?
It was George Russell involved. There's the opening. And as a result, 8th place is theirs.
George successfully overtook Norris, and there he goes past Sargent. Albon ahead.
Look at the Mercedes. It's certainly inviting. And that puts them in 6th.
So, George is in 6th. Now trying to overtake Magnussen. Let's see. Okay, so the Red Bulls, or Perez just pitted, and he is still in front of Lewis. Max also has a nice gap, so I don't think there's really any kind of catching up to the Red Bulls. Alonso has a 16 gap to Lewis, so that means if we pit, we, at least at this time, should come out in front of Alonso. Maybe it's now reshuffling or updating. Yeah, never mind. 13-second gap. And we have a 10-second gap to Perez, and Perez has 11. So 21 seconds to Max. There is no catching Max. I think we'll be contending for 3rd, which is still on the podium. That does make me happy anyways, but let's just try to hold Alonso behind. I am afraid that he is pulling a one-stop. He is driving quite conservatively on his mediums. Yeah, but we should have we should create a big enough of a gap for us to pit and come out on the softs in front of him, which at that point would make us basically invincible. from Alonso, but there goes George. He passes Magnussen. We are now trying to catch up to Alonso.
Box, box.
So, both of our drivers are going to be pitting this lap. By the looks of it, Alonso will overtake Lewis. That's why I'm trying to push with him right now. And George is trying to catch up to Alonso and also increase the gap to Leclerc, who is charging back up the grid. Now, right now, we should get in front of him if we come out in the pits in those 16 seconds. But I am not quite sure. Now, let's see. Lewis will be pitting in a second. I am keeping a keen eye on the intervals. I am afraid that Alonso... Well, I can see that Alonso will come out in front of Lewis. The problem is that if he's doing a one-stop, we'll have to catch up to him. Then again, his tires aren't in the best position. Whatever, we'll see how it goes now. Lewis in the pits.
Copy.
Maybe he should have stayed out for one more lap, I don't know. .8. There goes Alonso past Lewis.
All clear on exit.
Oh, we are on exit. And Russell entered the pits. 2.7. Even better stop for him. The Ferraris are coming up.
Exit.
George needs to exit the pits before the Ferraris catch up to him.
Make sure
Yep,
these tires
there
are
we
quickly.
go. Good job. Awesome job. Alright. We now need to just catch up to Alonso. So, Lewis is behind Alonso. We will struggle with our fuel levels. Looks like some of the drivers did go for one stops. Right now, we seem to be the only team to have gone for a two stop, 10 laps to go. Is that the wrong decision? I am not sure. But we will go on mode attack though. We can ruin these tires completely.
Yeah, we just want to grow this gap.
Lewis gets past Alonso. Now it's only a matter of trying to get away from him and conserve fuel. So, George is now going for the overtake on Fernando Alonso. I will push with him. We got a couple of laps to conserve afterwards. Just get past him. There we go. Third and fourth for Mercedes right now. Let's just get away from Fernando. Leave him in the dust. Come on then. For Lewis, I am currently conserving with him. I will try to attempt to put him the fastest lap now with 66% softs. Is that possible? I don't think so, but we will give our best shot if we can just deploy the whole lap and be on mode push. Let's see, Lewis will be going for a hot lap. Hopefully he'll be able to get it. I am not sure. We'll see how that goes. Let's see, timing-wise, he's got a green. We need to get at least one purple sector, though, if we want to get the fastest lap. Let's see. Sector 2 is purple. Does he still have better? Yes, he does. I will turn off ERS battle assist. Just let him deploy. Let's see. Yep, he is. Come on, Lewis. Another purple would do us wonders. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, Lewis. I don't remember. I think it was 142. The best. Yeah. That wasn't the fastest lap. That was... Where's this? Is this the... I'm not sure. Which best lap? Is there a best lap option? I don't know. Anyways, we tried. I don't think he'll be able to attempt it again. I guess he can try. Yep, so Lewis didn't unfortunately get the fastest lap. Fair enough. At least we tried. Now it's we only just need to get safely to the end of the race and drop down to standard with Lewis. Although I guess if we could go aggressive in case something goes wrong with Max. But then again, 26 seconds, that's enough time for him to fix any kind of mistake. Actually, let's check in on them. Checo and Max are racing until the end. They've got a couple of laps left. Both of the teammates battling each other. Now, obviously, Max has said that he never will lose to Checo ever again. I think he said that privately to someone, but then someone leaked it. I am not sure, but I've heard something about that. And then after Baku, or some kind of race, there was this discussion between him and his father or some kind of reporter. I Google it up, but I don't know the details exactly, but I do remember hearing something about that. Anyways, let's see if Max can win this race. Checo, I don't think, has won a single race this year. Max has been dominating. He had won like 11 races in a row. Then Leclerc won one race, and now he has won every single race since then. So we will drop down to standard with George. Just make it to the end. I will tell him to avoid high-risk curbs. Just make it to the end.
Avoid all curbs.
We will keep an eye on the interval while watching these two race, just in case if Alonso is catching up to George. But I'm quite sure he won't. So Max is actually kind of struggling. Like, this is weird to see. Do they actually have problems with their car? Obviously, in the last episode, we saw that the first Red Bull car our car was much better than the first Red Bull car. Now, is that actually the case? I don't think so, because they are 27 seconds in front of our car. Now, might there be some damage on Max's car that they haven't repaired? I'm not sure. But Max is behind Checo. Maybe this is team orders to give Checo a win, but that wouldn't make any sense. Now, the last straight before the finish line. Will Max be able to pass him? No. Checo gets a win. First race win for Checo this season. Lewis will win or be on the podium this race. Second time this season. The third time for Mercedes for us to be on the podium. There he goes across the line. Third and fourth for Mercedes.
P3.
Highly decorated record breaker from Stevenage once again taking to the podium.
With that result, it marks their second podium of the season.
And there you have it, a smiling podium lineup at the Belgian Grand Prix.
Woo! Again, a great race by the Mercedes F1 team. We finished third and fourth, as I've said for the past like 20 minutes. I've been saying third and fourth. But yes, I am happy. We haven't done this for a while now. I think, what's the last time? Canada, maybe? Interestingly enough, Sergio won this race. Is Sergio trying to convince someone to sign him next season, or Red Bull to keep him? Trying to prove a point, maybe. It's definitely fun to see finally Sergio to win and maybe dislodge Max's dominance. Now, Ferrari screwed up their strategy once again. Actually, no, they just messed up. Both of the drivers messed up, but 6th and 7th for them. Lando and Oscar 8th and 10th. Another disappointing race for McLaren. Kevin Magnussen does Haas things and finishes 9th. Congratulations to them. I unfortunately will have to admit that Haas are my favorite team in F1. Yeah, I know. Well, what can you do? I like underdogs, so I just had to. And I like Gunther Steiner, but unfortunately he's not there anymore. And looks like it's for the better. Ayo Komatsu seems to be the better team principal right now. But anyhow, back to managing the Mercedes F1 team. So, Stroll finishes 16, and Gasly and Ricciardo 19th and 20th. Alpine was on such a good run, and they were in the top of the grid for a while, but something just happened. It's a tough race, to be honest. I am quite a bit of a fan of Alpine in this save. I just want to see them crawl back from I guess the shadow realm of F1 up into the points. But Williams, 11th and 12th, so Logan Sargent finally had a decent race. I don't think I've ever seen him finish above 15th. Might be wrong, but I think this is the best finish for him this season in my in this save. Drivers' Championship wise, Max collects 26 points in the race weekend, while Sergio collects 30, closing in on Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz will have to be a bit worried now. He had a comfortable lead on Sergio, but not anymore. Lewis, 22 points this race weekend. He has passed George now, and they still have a comfortable lead on Alonso. Lando, only 4 points this race weekend. Oscar, only 1. Damn, that's disappointing. Haas keep on getting points, plus 3 points this race weekend. Yep, they have passed the Williams now, so they are tied with Alpine. Ferrari, we are closing in actually on Ferrari. You get 12 more points than them this race weekend. Obviously, I don't think there's any catching up to them. We have basically 200 points less than them, but at least we stay in front of Aston Martin and comfortably McLaren. Again, falling off. They should be a bit better. I think I underrated them a bit. I guess I underrated their car performance while editing the database, but then again, look at their race performances, how many mistakes they've made. Oscar Piastri with an 85 overall and Lando Norris with an 89 overall. I don't know if they went for a spin or if it was just some kind of strategy issue, but I guess it's just they're unlucky. But it is what it is. DHL pit stop report, 7th and 10th. Looks like we will pass Williams now. Yep, we pass Williams up into the 7th place in the pit stop competition. And we are closing in on Aston Martin. That is good to see. This is a priority for me. As I've been saying every episode, we need to finish at least above Aston Martin. So we have plenty of time until the next race in Zandvoort in the Netherlands. And during this break, I would like to talk to some of the drivers and negotiate a deal with them to replace Lewis next season. Let's see. Actually, everybody is open to negotiate right now, except Sergio. Interesting. What? Max is willing to talk. Sergio isn't. That's wild. Okay. So, make sure to vote on the poll. We will, I guess, exclude Sergio in that case if he's not interested. Is it because I talked to him before or something? I don't remember talking to him, so why would that be the case? Maybe he loves Red Bull. Maybe he's got the contract extension. Actually, I don't think you can see that right now, so maybe he does. Okay. Well, okay. Interesting. So, in the poll, you guys will vote for the driver for next season. The poll will involve Fernando, Carlos Sainz, and then I wanted to do Sergio. We'll include, I guess, Max, Alonso, Norris, Sainz. That's what we'll do. And then there will be an option for other. If you think anybody else, I don't know. Sergio, Gasly, Ocon, Mick Schumacher, Sebastian Vettel. Press on other and comment down below. Either under this video or under the poll for which driver we should sign. That will be your I guess mission or duty until Sunday for the next episode, for the Netherlands episode. And we will finally sign a replacement for Lewis. This is crucial. Again, make sure to do that. So, thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you guys next time. Make sure to comment. Again, this is crucial. And yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you. Bye bye.